Shalom. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakak Radash. Shalom and salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Barakatham. Shalom. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Barakatham to the elders, prophets, teachers, evangelists of Great Millstone who are also learning this 100% truth from. I am back with another video, and I pray that you be edified with it. And I'm going to entitle this, "What Would Be the Greatest Commandments?" As new Israelites are coming in every day. I'm not necessarily a new Israelite, but I'm still very young in this. Not that I get asked a lot, but sometimes you meditate and ask yourself, what are the greatest commandments? Or what would be the greatest commandments? Because ultimately, there's 600 and something commandments on this, in this book. 600 and maybe 13, maybe a little bit more than that, of commandments, laws, statutes, and commandments. So, in the, the 1950s, we got the 10 Commandments. Yeah, so, it's not exactly accurate as far as that movie's concerned, but Hollywood, they, still, but I love watching that movie because I grew up on it. And even without understanding and knowing about the scriptures at the time, but I still love the movie, But the law, statutes, and commandments is the blueprint to who the Hebrew Israelites are. It separates you, as the scripture said, makes you holy. And there are not just 10 commandments, but there are great commandments that people would consider to go about living a life as far as Israelites are concerned. If the Hebrew Israelites which are you Native American Indians, you Spanish, you Seminole Indians, and you Negroes, if you would just obey at least 5 commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we would live way much better than we do. But ultimately, we are cursed. So we have to wait for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to put us in a position where we'll be, Abba Zah could be part of that. We'll be taken into that fathership, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai changes our bodies. We can get those angelical bodies, So I got a couple of scriptures that I was going to pull out. Nothing, like no dark sayings, just simple scriptures of, what would be the greatest commandments. So let's get some scriptures. Deuteronomy 6:5. And I read it in the NLT. And it reads, "And you must love Yahweh your power with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength." So day and night, you should be meditating about these scriptures. You should be teaching every day. Not saying that you got to do 3-4 videos or 2 videos or anything like that, but you need to be studying, and you need to be dropping a video at least once a day. You know what I'm saying? Every day you should be edifying to feed the sheep. You know what I mean? Especially in this time, we're so close. So you want to do the best that you can and trying to be hot and staying hot. Because we're getting closer and closer to Yahweh Shai coming back. We're getting closer and closer to the grace period ending. And that's not, something I'm going to bring up today, but, there's a grace period because no one's saved. And you may think that, but you just learned that from someone who doesn't love you and decided to hustle you. And I'm just being honest about it. Hucksters is what they call. I like to say Huxtables, but it's another story. Leviticus 19 and 18. Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahweh. So I'm going to read it in the KJV. I remember when I first started learning the scriptures, and I asked some close people to me at the time. So I was so excited about the scriptures, and I was like, "Yo, who is your neighbor?" And they didn't understand what I was learning, and the Spirit working on me. For your neighbor is considered your brother, and they just like most of our people, they taught precept by man. They don't fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So everything that they was doing is like, it's okay, Leviticus 19 and 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, your brother. But thou shalt love thy neighbor, your brother, as thyself. I am Yahweh. You read the next verse. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed, neither shall a garment mingle of linen and woolen come upon thee. So you're not supposed to mix your linen. That's a commandment, but that's not one of the greatest commandments, but it is a commandment. So when you start reading stuff like that, you start to realize that there's a lot of laws, statutes, and commandments in these scriptures, and it was hard for us to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. That's why Yahweh Shai has come back, that we could come back to the Lord and be able to inherit all the blessings that was given to our forefathers, and not even that, but the scriptures tell us that He's going to take that stony heart out of our body and give us a heart of flesh, and the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be in our inward parts, so we always know how to keep the commandments and never go off again. That's going to be a beautiful thing, to be wired like that. Never get sick again. That's a beautiful thing, to be wired like that. This is Luke 10 and 27. And it reads, and he answering said, Thou shalt love Yahweh thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. So one of the greatest commandments is loving your brother just like you love yourself, or you care about yourself. But guess what? That is one of the biggest commandments that is broken. Look how we treat one another. I was just in a situation. I had went off on this young lady, and she kind of, I guess she wanted to argue. I don't, in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking about that. But ultimately, I felt bad about it. And even though I felt like she initiated the argument, I felt bad about it. And then I made it my business to apologize to her, to let her know that, I'm sincerely sorry for talking to you that way. Because I didn't have to, what I'm saying? It kind of threw me out of my character. I don't necessarily like to talk to people in the anger way. Your emotions are deceiving, and they will lie to you. So, it made me feel better that I could apologize to her and tell her that I didn't mean to go off on her. So she accepted the apology, so that was even better, especially with Jake women. They like that they like that drama. So, it was interesting to me to make it my business to apologize and for her to accept it. So Mark 12 and 30. And it reads, and thou shalt, this Yahweh Shai, And thou shalt love Yahweh thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. So these two commandments right here are the greatest commandments that that you can have or possess, as far as what would be the greatest commandments, considered. Those are the greatest commandments. Love Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Love his son. And love your brother. And so that's the gist of what I was trying to say. I'm gonna read one more time. Again, it reads, Matthew 22:37. Yahushua answered unto him, thou shalt love Yahweh thy power with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind. And the second is like unto verse 39. And the second is like, this is the first in the great commandment, and the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So the greatest, what would be the greatest commandment?